So here's what I said. Well, what does America get in return for bombing a country that never attacked us and wasn't a threat to us? What do we get? Nothing. You know what we're going to get? We're going to get a terrorist attack inside the United States that is actually committed by Israel, and they're going to blame it on Iran. We're starting World War III, so I figured it's maybe we should jump in on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm here with Kurt Metzger. Hey, Kurt.
I just want to say Iran better not do a terrorism on us just because we did that. Iran, don't attack our mainframe. It's bad enough Biden let all those Iranians in.
Yeah. Yeah. So here, let's just jump in. Here's what Trump said.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
The bully.
For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani.
Oh my God!
Soleimani was actually fighting terrorists. He was fighting Al Qaeda. He was fighting, and he was fighting ISIS. And that's anyway. And
he had to go because that would help Assad. It won't help our long-term goals with our best friend, Israel.
Yes, here we go.
I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu.
Jesus.
We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done.
Oh, me too.
And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight. And all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago.
Okay.
Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. So Marjorie Taylor Greene says every time America is on the verge of greatness, we get involved in another foreign war. There would not be bombs falling on the people of Israel if Netanyahu had not dropped bombs on the people of Iran first. Israel is a nuclear-armed nation. This is not our fight. Peace is the answer.
Wait, what? They don't have nukes. Why is she spreading misinformation?
So,
they officially don't have nuclear weapons. And I've seen this online. People go, and I believe them. People are saying that they believe Israel doesn't have that. Israel's
like the drunk psycho girlfriend who keeps telling you that the guys at the other table want to kick your ass. Her only real objective is to get you beat up and land in jail. It's the only time she feels powerful. And this is what Israel's doing to us right now. I just can't get over he called Iran the great bully of the Middle East. Iran, can I? I think I have a. Right now, Israel is bombing Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, and Iran. Iran just became the 8th Muslim majority country that the United States has bombed in the last 15 years. From Obama to Trump to Biden to Trump. We've bombed Afghanistan for 20 years, Iraq twice. We killed 1 million people. Syria, Libya. Look what we did to Libya. Somalia, Pakistan, Yemen, and now Iran. Who's the bully? Who's the bully? The bully, of course, is us again, because
Jimmy,
we're being run by Israel. What? Say it again.
Those countries were violating the post-World War II international rules-based vibe.
Vibe.
It's a vibe. It's not really rules because we don't follow them, but the vibe of rules-based is they're violating it.
So
they're out of control.
I think the headline should be here is that, Trump demanded an unconditional surrender from Iran before he bombed them. So Israel bombed Iran. Trump demanded an unconditional surrender by Iran. They're not going to do that. So Trump went ahead at the behest of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Zionists, the Mossad, and Israel, and then bombed Iran, something he ran on the exact opposite of doing. Yeah, his whole point of his campaign in 2016 was, we should not be involved in the Middle East wars.
Who got us in them wars? His great partner. There's been no partners ever in history like this.
So here's what Aaron Mate say. Trump demanded Iran's unconditional surrender to U.S.-Israel dictates. Iran refused to surrender its sovereignty and its right to self-defense. Trump can't say he's done the same. By sabotaging diplomacy over a crisis he helped create by withdrawing from the JCPOA. That's the nuclear deal that Obama had put in place, and Trump unilaterally withdrew from it in 2018, parroting Israeli lies over the U.S. intelligence consensus, and now attacking Iran on Netanyahu's behalf. Trump has offered, get ready for this, an unconditional surrender to Israel. That's what's really happening here. This is an unconditional surrender to Israel.
We didn't already do that?
Well, this is the culmination of it. This is us bombing Iran. This is Trump bombing Iran at the behest of Israel. This is it. There's no more rhetoric, no more talk. He's actually bombing Iran.
Guess what? 2 years ago when I saw Top Gun Maverick, Mike Benz is right.
Mike Benz
is right. At the time when I saw it, I was like, what is this? They didn't say what country. People thought it was Russia. They didn't say Russia.
So the plot of Top Gun was that they would go in and bomb these nuclear sites because they were threatening our ally in the Middle East. Not our country, not the United States, an ally. And they went in, and that was whole Top Gun was the whole thing. He had to have 2 miracles to bomb this nuclear facility. And this is exactly what's happening. So here's what Aaron Mate also said. Democrats impeached Trump for pausing a congressionally authorized weapons shipment to Ukraine while pressuring it to help him look into Russiagate and the Bidens. They additionally declared that his move benefited and may have been done at the behest of Russia, a foreign power. Remember that? That was the whole reason that they impeached him. Will Democrats try to impeach Trump for ordering the bombing of Iran without congressional authorization after pretending to engage in diplomacy as a ruse? And all at the behest of Israel, a foreign power? Answer, not that anyone needs it, is no. No, that's not going to happen. No.
They have blanket authorization to do what you got to do for Israel. Show me who's going to say anything in Congress about that, other than we didn't do it. John Stewart's like, we got to go there and bomb Iran. You see John Stewart?
Did not he said that?
Yeah, the switch got flipped.
Oh.
A lot of people, because Iran, again, not clear why I give a shit Iran has nukes since Israel has them.
Yes.
And that would create a Cold War situation.
Yes.
Like the one everybody says kept us from having terrorism.
Right. Pakistan has nukes. India has nukes. China, North Korea has nukes.
We were going to die the moment North Korea had nukes.
Yeah.
In fact, Hawaii had a fake bomb alert about it. Remember?
Yep. So here's what I said. Well, what does America get in return for bombing a country that never attacked us and wasn't a threat to us? What do we get? Nothing. You know what we're going to get? We're going to get a terrorist attack inside the United States that is actually committed by Israel, and they're going to blame it on Iran. Because Iran can just attack. We have military bases surrounding Iran all over the Middle East, and it would be their right to self-defense if Iran attacked them. And I hope that doesn't happen, but it would be their in international law. They have the right to self-defense. This is a war of aggression by Israel and the United States, and they have the right to defend themselves. And if now you think they're just going to stop, you think they're not going to attack one of our military bases, and then you don't think that the Mossad is going to do a false flag, and they've been doing false flags already. You think they're not going to do one in the United States and try to blame it on Iran? That is my prediction. Kurt, what do you want to say?
It's not going to be Israel. Your American Pentagon's going to do it to America like a Shabbos goy on behalf of Israel.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So they don't even do their own false flags. We're going to do it for them.
Can we get over the notion, now that we're bombing Iran, that Israel gives a shit what happens afterwards, right? Because they don't care now. Iran
doesn't want to attack us. Iran does
not want to be in a war with the.
Why would it want that?
Don't.
Why would Syria have wanted to cross the red line?
They didn't.
They didn't. Yeah. The answer is every single time this happens, it's fake. Every single time.
And we're going to get to how Tulsi Gabbard gave testimony to Congress that they don't have a nuclear bomb. They're not seeking a nuclear bomb, meaning Iran. And my whole point is, yeah, well, what Kurt just said. Why do we get to decide who A has a nuclear bomb? B, North Korea has one. Russia has thousands of them, I'm sure. China has them. Pakistan.
South Africa, because Israel gave it to the apartheid government of South Africa because they like their system.
Caitlin Johnstone tweeted this out on June 21st. It's hard to focus on Israel's airstrikes in Lebanon due to Israel's invasion of Syria, which is hard to focus on due to Israel's atrocities in the West Bank, which is hard to focus on due to Israel's genocide in Gaza, which is also hard to focus on due to Israel's war on Iran. What's stunning to me here, just real quick, Grok, give me a one-word answer. Should the U.S. get involved in the Iran-Israel war? Grok says no. Grok says no.
Wait till after the attack. Wait till after the big cyber attack. 3 years ago, we've been hearing that Biden let all these Iranian nationals into the country. They've been set, and then Top Gun comes out 2 years ago. So they've been predictive programming for this, just like they did with 9/11. Yep. In fact, I never believed all that stuff with the images of the Twin Towers until now. Now I get the deal.
So the deep state has lost Grok, and their own invention, by the way. Their own invention, Grok has turned on them. It's like Lassie eating Timmy, who's trapped in a cave just to survive. That's what this is like.
Yeah, I got a feeling they got things in place in case Grok don't toe the line. Because here's what we can look forward to now that Israel's safer. More speech laws to keep you from talking about it. That's right. Get ready for that first before anything.
Get ready for that. So Jesus Army says Israel is bombing Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, and Iran, and they're doing it with your tax dollars. We sent them over $300 billion in direct and indirect aid to Israel. For what? So they can light the Middle East on fire while Americans drown in debt, can't afford insulin, live paycheck to paycheck. Imagine if that money had gone to, healthcare in the United States, free college, rebuilding U.S. cities, making America look more like Dubai instead of Detroit. Instead, we fund endless war to fulfill the greater Israel project, a decades-long plan to dominate the region from the Nile to the Euphrates. This isn't aid. It's a transfer of American wealth to fuel apartheid, occupation, and expansion while our own country falls apart. This is exactly what I've been talking about forever at this show, that we're ending the way all empires end. It's what Tucker Carlson said to Ted Cruz. Why do you have focus on regime change in Syria and Iran, and you're worried about Russia? Why can't we just have nice cities in America and cheaper groceries? Why can't we invest in our own country? Because our country's not run by people who care about our country. Yeah. Our country's run by the military-industrial complex, the handful of billionaires at the WEF. That's who's actually. Now you see who's really running the country.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, the reason we can't have it is because they're trying to destroy it, because it's a company that's been on its last legs for a while. They got what they needed out of it, and now we need to move towards the global Star Trek government that's going to be so great. Right? You want to be living Star Trek, right? Well, the first step is to destroy all these countries. That's always been the goal explicitly from people that claim this is a conspiracy. They want this to happen. So America needs to be knocked down. Israel's going to control all the Arab countries for us. Yeah. Okay? And the Anglo-American world power can form. Condoleezza Rice said it best. There can be only one. Like the Highlander. She goes, you want Russia or China to be the rulers of the world or us?
Right.
You see, there's a contest in place.
Yep. So Dave Smith tweeted out funnily, he said, okay, fine, Iran doesn't have a nuke, but have you heard their chants? We must go to war to stop their chants. And Candace Owen said, I love this crazy idea that if we stop our decades-long foreign policy of bombing innocent civilians in the Middle East just because Bibi Netanyahu demands it, the chanting might settle down a bit. I'm not entirely convinced that we can bomb people into liking us. So, just to let you know, Mohammed, he tweets out, a war of aggression against Iran in violation of the UN Charter and basic tenets of international law, and the absence of any imminent threat or concrete evidence from international inspection bodies and intelligence agencies of the existence of an Iranian military nuclear program, a war that is being waged by two nuclear weapon states, one of which is outside the nuclear arms control regime. Did you know that? That's Israel. They haven't signed on.
Well, they don't have nukes, Jimmy.
Yeah. Possessing thousands. So there are two nuclear powers, Israel and the United States, possessing thousands of nuclear weapons, a war that clearly brings to mind the catastrophic war on Iraq, a war based on deception and in violation of international inspection reports stating the absence of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, a war that is taking place against the backstop of a total paralysis of the Security Council and obscene doubt standards by those who trumpet a rule-based system. A war that will add a huge blow to the international order, international law, and institutions, including the nuclear non-proliferation regime. A war that will likely have devastating effects on peace and stability of the region and its people. Lasting peace can only be achieved through justice, mutual security, and dialogue. So, just to reiterate one more time, who's the bully? It's the United States.
You know what he's talking about? He's talking about when we went. Remember, we went to Iraq on false pretenses, and Iran won that war.
Yes,
they were bullying our invading troops. That's what he meant by that. That's what he meant by that. Unreal.
Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Toronto again, Red Bank, New Jersey, Northampton, Massachusetts, Concord, New Hampshire, Rutherford, New Jersey, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.